So the question I had to ask myself is it a good idea to scoop up this Dana 24 out of a junkyard or a field and just throw it in the truck and expect it to run? Not really. You can, but you could drive a car with your feet. Not a good idea. So let's take a look at the bearings and kind of see what kind of life this thing lived. So let's look at the front shaft first, because that's the one we're gonna stick back in first. These bearings actually doing all right. Um, this one's a little tighter than I like, but that's the front wheel drive gear. Not terrible, runnable. So that's the first gear. The teeth on this gear all look really good. Nothing's chipped or galled up. Yeah, I like that one. So that one's good. These two, not bad. Nothing's all dinged up on these. Nice square cuts on all these. Yeah, not too bad at all. You can look inside and kind of see the wear marks. I don't feel anything. Everything in here feels smooth. So that one checks. Now let's look at the rear gear, the business gear. This is part one. This bearing actually is really good. So for the rear drive, that's solid. Teeth on this. All these teeth are there's some wear on this one actually. You can see on these, there's some wear there. But yeah, okay. Well, you gotta find something. I don't know. I'll have to noodle that one. Let's look at the other side. This surface looks really good where it rides on the other portion of the rear gear. Like that. So far, there's one gear I don't like, but it's serviceable. Slide this off so you can see the hole. All right. Yeah, this one's probably the worst offender. It looks like someone ground this tooth down. Maybe it was the other gear. So there's a couple. Um, yeah, this guy. All the roller bearings are all inside there, so you don't want to lose those. We'll look at the kit in just a second. These all look good. Speedo gear. This gear turns really good. Yeah. Okay. So we like that one. So 2 gears. Stick this collar back on. Now let's look at the center gear. That bearing's still good. I don't even see a lot of heat or wear on a lot of these. This is actually, except for those couple of gears, this one's got some heat transfer on it. Still rolls really well though. Look at the teeth. I clean these up. Yeah, I don't see anything crazy on these. So these are really good. Just those 2 buck teeth from that one. So yeah, I guess the answer is you can just pluck these out of a field and throw them straight into a truck and get, some pretty good service out of them. But we went through this exercise to we're gonna do everything on this truck, so we're gonna rebuild everything. Um, you don't know what you don't know. So I guess we'll just we'll press off these bearings and we'll press on the new ones and we'll start slinging this thing back together. So we got a rebuild kit here with all the gaskets, all the seals. This is Dana 24 transfer case, gasket and seal kit. This is from Trans Parts Warehouse. So it comes with all these notchy bearings, good Japanese bearings, and yeah, some roller bearings here, good sealed bearings. The other thing to mention is that if you look at the machine surface, this actually cleaned up really nice, but you don't really see any evidence. All of these, if the gaskets fail and these things leak, you will see some of that, but these gaskets were hard to get off, so they were still sealing while they were sitting in the field. Let's look at the other side. Same on this side. These gaskets all looked, no, nothing really got in here. So yeah, okay. So we'll start with the front gear because it's the trickiest one, because it basically butts up right against this spline. So what I do is take this gear, slide it over for a minute. You can see it's starting to budge off. If you put it in the press, that's a lot of pressure. And it's coming. Rotate it. Rotate it. There you go. One gear off. All right, now we'll press the other one on. Yeah, because that one is, this one, yeah, that would be the one to change. That front gear was a little bit tighter than the rest, didn't spin as much. So you could see it put some heat onto this, but good thing to do is to measure these. Make sure you get what you expect. 2.835, 2.835, 2.835. All right, 2.835. All right, so I'm good with that. I know that so now we know that the number on these 6207NC3 are the right bearings for most of these. So there's only like two sizes. The inside is 3.365 or 1.365. Okay, so they're the right bearings. Moving on. All right, seated. Okay, so now that we got our bearing good, set the bearing down here like this. Next gear that goes on is this shift fork facing up. That slides over like that. And then the next gear goes on is this front gear with the oil grooves facing up. That slides on next. Okay, there's this cone washer. You can see it's got a flat riding surface. And then it's got this cone. Okay, cone faces up towards the yoke, so it just sits on like that. So now you have your sliding mechanism to lock these gears. So when this slides over and engages, the gears are locked. When it's this, it's free spinning. Engaged. So that's your locking mechanism. Tree slides over with the shift fork, locked in. Okay, so the front gear can be set aside. That part's done. Okay. Now we'll do the rear gear. Comes in two parts. This part is already off, so that's easy. But the other part of the rear gear is the fun one because it's got to set up these needle bearings, and we have to press off this rear bearing. So we'll take the needle bearings out that were stored in here. We'll press this guy off, press off the speedometer cable. Take this off for a minute, and we'll assemble the rear gear here. You can actually press this off a little bit easier because you can get the press to bite on this a little bit easier. So let's clean this up and take these out. All right, we set it in there straight. We might have to adjust this because I don't know how much travel we're going to have on this one. All right. Now we just have to press on the speedo gear. Okay, now that we got the rear gear on here, this collar goes there. And now we just have to worry about the needle rollers. So that's next. Let's get some lube. So we're going to get some assembly goop. Nice and liberal with it. You can use petroleum jelly, but I like this stuff. Get a little bit more. Now we have to get our needles in there. You can see I'm starting them, but this is not the easiest thing to film. Line them all around. Okay, the last one is the center shaft. One more bearing to press off. The other one goes off by hand. Great. Don't lose this spacer that goes on there. All right. Now we can, again, this bearing's not super bad. Press this guy off and put on one more. Okay, so now we're down to assembling the center shaft. So this bearing, the way the center shaft goes, we press this gear on, or press this bearing on. This gear slides to the back. This is goes to the back of the case. We had that nut on the front. This gear goes over this. And then this washer on top, and then the bearing will be pressed on there once we get it in the case. We get everything finagled. This is actually the last shaft that goes in. We'll do the front shaft first, then the rear, then the center. So we can set this aside. We'll flip this over. We've cleaned up our shift rails and our shift forks. So they look pretty good. For whatever reason, this pin never came off. That's a problem for today. We'll see. Now we can start putting this. We'll flip this over and we'll start putting the rails in. So yeah, I guess the answer is you can just pluck these out of a field and throw them straight into a truck and get, some pretty good service out of them. But we went through this exercise to we're gonna do everything on this truck, so we're gonna rebuild everything. You don't know what you don't know.